Hey, welcome to the Frenemies podcast, episode 2. Guys, we came back. We were in high demand. I mean, we were blowing up on YouTube. I think we hit double digits. So this week's podcast, episode 2, we are going over our pre-draft power rankings. Sean, take it away.
All right, so the pre-draft power rankings. What we're going to do with that is everybody that put in their keepers, now we're going to go through and rank you guys from 10 to 1, who's got the best situation. It's going to depend a little bit on where you pick as well. Like the way that I did it was I kind of gave your keepers you have and then kind of made a selection for you to see if you're in a good situation for your first pick.
We're going to judge you actively.
I was extremely judgmental in all of this. Sometimes it just might have been,
feelings might be hurt.
I don't like
feel
his
free
face.
to tell us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your feelings are hurt, definitely tell us, and we will do our very best to send you a nice text to comfort you.
Handwritten card. A little handwritten letter.
Chris, that's a lot, dude.
One sentence, man.
Okay.
I'll pay for the postage.
Okay.
All right, so let's start at number 10. Sean, you're coming off the bat here. I think we all had a consensus number 10. So we'll go around and say who we got it ranked. But let's just say it. Just say it, man. Who we have all at 10.
Sorry, Daniel, but
Daniel.
The Turtles are down at the bottom.
Turtle is in the bottom of the creek here in our power rankings.
Which is strange here. Like, no hate, dude. Like, you won a Super Bowl. We can't take that away from you, but it's just the way you stack up is just kind of looking a little like, I don't know. Use this as a chip on your shoulder and beat us all, okay?
Be Aaron Rodgers.
Just going off of you having no keeper was really tough here. Sean, you did a little more homework in seeing what his projection could be.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's probably gonna get OBJ anyways. I think he's kind of just putting his options out there, which isn't a bad idea. Like if Tim decides to take OBJ, he gets Saquon, then more power to him.
Right. Gives Tim something to think
I would
about.
have, if I was him, I would have kept somebody because you can at least get the value later. Just find somebody in the 10th round who's got a great value, keep him in. But I don't know. It's going to be all on his draft because he's not keeping anybody, and that's why if we're basing on the keepers, he's number 10.
If anyone can rise from the bottom, from the ashes, from ground zero, it'd be Daniel because he's a champ.
He did it once.
He's a champ.
We were happy. Beat Phil.
Worst of first. He's done it.
Yeah.
All right, so number 9. Ryan, who'd you have at number 9?
At number 9, I have Chris.
You put me at number 9? All right.
9, dude.
I totally scrolled down. I'm like, oh, wait. Thanks. That's me. All right, so why'd you have me at number 9 before I punch you?
Oh, my. Okay, to be honest, Chris, I see everybody else's keepers, and I think that everybody in the top of my list is better than yours. So that's why I put you at number 9.
I'm keeping Gurley, who was the only reason I won the title last season, and Adam Thielen. So,
dude, give yourself you gotta give yourself a little credit, Chris. You have 2. You don't win 2 Super Bowls as a fluke. He keeps saying he's lucky, but I mean, there's some brain power going on there. So.
All right. So before I start crying, leave this.
Who's your number 9, Chris?
My number 9, I'm going with Tim. Just off of keepers thing, and with Kelsey and Cooper, I think they're good value picks there. A little lower than the other guys' keepers that were like some lock first round picks. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I'm the same as Chris, actually. We lined up for the first 2. I have Tim is also down there. I just think he's got so much risk. He's got an opportunity if he drafts well, but if we're just going based on keepers, like this, they're super risky. They could be great. Like if Cooper becomes a wide receiver 1, he could have a wide receiver 1 and a tight end 1 in the 3rd and 4th round, but without knowing who he's going to pick in those first 2, it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah,
he's getting Saquon, so that's going to help his team a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a rookie running back, but probably one more.
Tim
solid
is well aware.
We got.
Yeah, Tim is well aware of what Leroy's left him with.
Yeah, dinner rolls. I remember that from Leroy's. All right, so number 8, Sean, start us up there. Who you have?
All right, so I have Morgan. It actually is a weird shift for me this year. Normally, I'm going to rank people that have 2 power running backs up at the top.
Yeah.
But we're going to PPR, and I think that's going to make a little bit of a difference. So Morgan's got his normal 2 running backs, LaShawn McCoy and Devonta Freeman. McCoy really scares me because he's got a groin injury right now, and he's old, and Buffalo's looking like they're going to be terrible. Yes.
Yeah. Good for your Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So that's why I got him at 8.
All right. So, yeah, I had the same thing here at 8 with Morgan.
You just copied my list, Chris? What's going on?
It just happened to be that way. I was thinking the same way with McCoy. The offense in Buffalo, it's unknown. Like, who in the world is starting there at QB? And then Freeman, he'll help with the PPR, but he does split a lot. What about you, Ryan?
Number 8.
8 is Andy. I've got Fournette and Gronk. And again, from 8 on up, everybody looks good to me.
Splitting hairs. Man of the people over here. He's got to be politically correct with all his.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
Fournette and Gronk because but they're amazing. I mean, they're both going to be killers.
Yeah.
I just was like, the way they stack up, I just don't know. There's a lot of risk, I think. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
Snake drafted for us here, Ryan. Go again.
Okay. We got a 7.
Who's our number 6 for you?
Or we're at 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
7, I got McCoy. I got Morgan.
Morgan, okay.
Which I think that's a pretty high ranking. I think I ranked him the highest, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. We were both at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 8, 7. Yep. So we're all close there.
Okay, so I got McCoy and Freeman.
So give Morgan some hope here. Why is
all right, I'm a little scared about McCoy. He's getting a little old. Any year now, he's going to be like, ow, my body hurts.
Yeah.
And Freeman, there's always that scare with Tevin Coleman. So even though Freeman's a killer. So I don't know. It could work out great for Morgan. This looks kind of like some of my teams in the past, honestly. But,
yeah.
I'm a little weary, so I have him at 7.
All right, so
leery. It's not weary. It's leery.
You're leery, not weary. Ooh, vocab knowledge drop by Ryan.
Leery for LaShawn.
All right, so 7. I got David. David, my boy here. Elliott and Evans. It's not that they scare me; it's what surrounds them that scares me. So going in, if you guys watch any of the preseason ball, Dallas's offensive line, which was their juggernaut,
it's in shambles, right?
Yeah, they have no clue what they're going to do there. So I'm wondering, what will Elliott see back there? Before, if it's full strength line, he's going to be a beast. So it's going to be a little bit of a unknown there. And then Evans, I love Evans. He's a great receiver when he brings in there, but quarterback wise, everybody, even the coaching staff is starting to lose trust in Winston's ability to not turn it over, to actually keep the starting spot. So that's why I got him at 7.
Yeah,
Sean.
Well, I got you, Chris. Oh. Sorry, I didn't make the top 5 over there. It's similar to Ryan. Thielen is the one that kind of scares me. Gurley, he's probably my number 1 player if I had to pick one, just because he's such a beast at running back, and that's a shallower position than the wide receivers. But Thielen scares me a little bit. He could be a good value for you. It's just, and then again, kind of like Ryan was saying, everybody's set up so well this year, I had to put somebody somewhere. So I don't really hate your team, but it ended up at 7.
Yeah, him and Diggs were just there. I was hoping he would drop down another round for the value pick, but all right. So let's flip it back to you. Who do you have at 6 there, Sean?
All right, so I have Joe, and it's because I love running backs, and he has 2 fantastic ones.
I agree.
So he's got David Johnson and Christian McCaffrey, who would not surprise me if they both end up being a top 5 running back. Like, David Johnson's probably a lock for it. McCaffrey could take that leap this year. The preseason, what I've seen from McCaffrey, he's like getting everything. Like, they're just giving it all to him. There was a scare that it was going to be C.J. Anderson, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's just going to be all McCaffrey.
So at 6 for me, I had Andy. And I think I had Andy probably the lowest here. Well, no. Ryan had him here. I like his players that he kept. The one thing he worries about, Gronk will be there. He'll be great. A little bit injury prone, but he always does great. Best tight end out there. But Fournette, I'm just worried about his usage. If their offense doesn't grow up a little bit more to throw the ball, will he be able to keep carrying that load, which he did last year? And if you guys remember, even fantasy value-wise, he started falling off. The wheel started falling off toward the end of the season.
Yeah.
Especially toward playoff time for fantasy.
Yep.
Ryan, what do you got?
We are at number 6.
Number 6.
I've got Joe here. And honestly, I think Joe could.
Bro.
Yeah.
Good work. I know. 6 bros.
I had more love for you, Joe. So don't worry. You're coming back on mine.
I think you might end up being right, though. But Joe, you've got 2 killers, David Johnson, McCaffrey. We know what they can do. And McCaffrey, like Sean said, he's getting everything. He might even be like the bell cow like David Johnson. So you might have 2 of maybe 4 total running backs in the NFL that get like the heavy workload this year.
Yeah.
So you could end up killing us all. But I think there's a little risk in McCaffrey still, and that's why I have you at 6.
All right, so snake it back for us. What do you got at 5?
5 at Tim.
You got him the highest for sure.
Yeah, you sure do.
I used to have him even higher. It's just I saw my own draft, my own team, and I was like, I don't know. Tim has a killer at every position, or he's set up to. So he's got Kelsey Cooper, and his draft is going to happen with either Odell Beckham or Saquon Barkley. So Tim, there's some risk. The thing is, I've had Kelsey and Cooper on my teams in the past, and they've let me down like a ton.
Yeah.
So there's always the chance that Kelsey could have a crazy year and Cooper could have a crazy year. But I feel like Cooper gets in his own head a little bit, and Kelsey is in an offense that has a lot to prove this season. So that's why I have Tim at 5.
Cool.
All right, so my number 5, I put Sean. So I love your 2 keepers.
Spoiler alert, he's copying me again.
Yeah, a little bit here now. Kareem Hunt and Keenan Allen. I was actually mad that you kept Allen. I was hoping he was around. Like, that guy's just a ball hawk. Like, Philip Rivers loves throwing him the ball, and you think he's too slow, getting too old, but PPR league, he's going to kill it. And then Hunt, I think their offense even takes a step further. So we were just talking about Kelsey. I think Kelsey's going to benefit from it with Mahomes back there. And definitely with Hunt in a PPR, half-point PPR league we're at, he's going to kill it from the backfield and with the handoffs. I think he's going to be phenomenal. But I got you at 5 here with that.
Yeah, that's right where I got myself. I'm at 5 on my own. Hunt probably scares me the most. So I like to call him my 3rd-round pick. But yeah, pretty much what you said. I see a lot of upside with my team too, because I could potentially have a top 5 wide receiver and a top 5 running back on my team, and then I'm going to get to pick either Julio, Odell, or Hopkins at that 3rd pick in the draft, 3rd or 4th pick. So I'm going to be set up pretty well, but there still is risk. I think Hunt scares me because Andy Reid just does whatever the heck he wants, and that happened to me in the middle of the season where he just stopped giving the ball to Kareem Hunt. So, but I watched preseason yesterday and I couldn't help but get excited because he freaking scored an amazing touchdown.
Yeah.
So
who you got at 4, snaking it back?
I've got David here. I think I might be the highest.
You're the highest on.
I guess.
Oh no,
you got
yeah.
him too. All right, so yeah, David. I kept moving you up this because I had him down low.
Me too.
And then I just was like looking at it, and you have like legitimately. So like I said, I have 2 that could potentially be in the top 5 of their position. I think you have a better chance at that with Elliott and Evans. Like Evans, he had a down year last year, and he's going to be missing Jameis at the beginning. But once he gets Jameis back, like I've always loved Evans. He can easily be a top 10 wide receiver, and you're getting him in the freaking 3rd round. Like that's just insane. So.
Yeah.
You're set up great because you're going to get that 2nd round pick, and then you can pick. You're flexible. That's kind of what I was noticing is I ranked the higher I got up. I really liked being the flexible teams when you're saddled and then you can't choose the other position because you've already got 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. So
it's true. So at my number 4, I have myself. All right, and the only reason I got it there,
themselves the highest. That's what I want to know.
Well, we all know who did that. Yeah, right.
Narcissist Ryan.
The only reason I throw myself in the top 5 is because of Gurley. I think, hopefully, he doesn't do that every other year thing, which we've done. But with his scoring, how he went, even with them throwing the ball a lot, he was part of that game plan. And he's a different beast. And he's the only reason I'm a 2-time champ.
Yeah.
And Thielen, like you're saying, really between him and Diggs and all the fantasy rankings and everything, everyone's got them flip-flopped at 30-31, 31-30.
Mm-hmm.
Like, depending on what you want to see, I see catches out of Thielen. He'll probably concede touchdowns to Rudolph and Diggs. But at a value pick, looking at trying to keep, I was like, hey, I'm probably going to look at a receiver and watching how this board falls. I'm like, Thielen's giving us 2 years of proven, ability. I'm going to go with him instead of like rolling the dice and maybe have to get someone I'm not really in love with. So, and I'm a Viking fan, so that helps
came
out.
on like later, right?
Huh?
Didn't Diggs come on later?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but now, like you said, it's true. Diggs and Cousins have been just phenomenal together.
But you're the 2-time champ, so we can't question the champ.
Because of Todd Gurley.
All right, you got 3, Chris.
So at 3, I have Joe. Joe, I really love the 2 backs you have. David Johnson, we all missed him last year with his early hand injury there, being out all year. And McCaffrey, it's his own backfield. They kind of got rid of some of the old guys that was splitting backs there with them, and I think his role is just going to grow even more. So I love 2 solid backs that are PPR studs. I think that can really help you. Last year, you couldn't really see what your potential was because your boy David Johnson was out. So I think he could have been a playoff team last year.
Yeah. So I'll go next. My number 3 is Ryan, so we can start to stroke the ego of Ryan.
There we go.
He's finally made an appearance on
Finally
our
had his appearance. The man of the people has risen.
I mean, he's got Bell and Gordon. He's had them for 3 years now or something. It's just it's amazing. You're gonna have he's got a pretty good potential of having 2 top 5 backs.
Yeah.
And they've just been solid. They just every single week you're gonna get an RB1 out of them.
All right.
And why do I have those 2? Because there was this trade I did about 2 years ago.
Oh, man.
This guy, and I said, hey, would you like my first round pick for your 4th and 5th? And he said, yeah, heck yeah. And so now my team is stacked.
Who is that guy?
Watch out for my trades, guys.
Yeah. Who was that guy you traded with?
I don't know. Some sucker that was just
sucker named
some sucker
Chris.
who's won 2 Super Bowls.
He was high on his high horse for winning the Super Bowl.
I was like, and I went for what was that running back I picked up? The
Doug
muscle
Martin.
hamster. Yeah, Doug Martin was
and
my
I got
prize.
Le'Veon Bell from Leroy's
Yeah,
for,
He was just snaking everybody.
for Ivory
Mr. Man
and
of the
Doug
People.
Martin.
I was like, what in the world?
Guys, I am the man of the people, though. I do want what's best for you guys.
All right,
just
so-
keep that in mind.
You got a 3 then.
At 3, I have myself. Again.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we're
It makes
following
me
each
feel
other.
better that you put me at 3. So
you're not the only one high
I'm
on
not the
yourself.
only one high on myself.
All right, so let's snake it back. Who you got at 2?
I have Sean at 2
Ooh.
because he has. Okay, there's risk.
Makes me feel good, man.
There's-
I'm super excited now.
Feels so nice. Feels so nice. To
I
be
needed that
appreciated.
confidence boost.
Yeah, there's risk in Kareem Hunt, serious risk, but he's looking at having Kareem Hunt, Keenan Allen, and like DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones, and you cannot not have him ranked. It was between him or Phil for number 1 for me, and I was just like, and I really don't like Sean in fantasy. When anything competitive with Sean, I'm just like, dang nabbit, you're my friend, but
Back to the Frisbee days.
yeah, dude. So it was hard for me to put him above me, but I felt like with that roster, he's going to have good luck to all of us.
Yeah, there's a frenemy reason there.
Yeah.
All right, so at my number 2, I got Ryan. I think Bell and Gordon. I mean, Bell, no holdout. He's going to be there at the beginning. He's going to roll.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
And then Gordon should be good. Now, he finally was starting to score touchdowns last year.
All right, so my number 2 is Phil. I had him at 1 for a long time, but I found someone I liked better. Sorry, Phil. No, these top ones get easy to talk about because they just have amazing keepers. He had to give away what are going to be 2 of the top 3 picks in this. Like he
Phil's
lost Hopkins.
He had the most
and
stacked
Julio.
lineup ever.
So but he's got the number 1 wide receiver undisputed, and then Kamara. I mean, at the end of the year, if he's number 1, I'm not going to be surprised. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so who'd you have at 1? Now we're back up to the top at 1. Who do we got at 1, Sean?
Number 1 for me is Andy.
Ooh.
He's kind of a sleeper. I didn't have him up there for a long time when I was trying to make this list, but I just think I think that getting Gronk in the 3rd round is insane. Like
You get value
he
in the
is
second
going to
round,
Gronk
yeah.
smash this whole freaking season.
I like how you said that, how you rolled that in.
There's going to be no Edelman for the first 4 games. I mean, he's gonna win the tight end position in the first 4 games. It's going to be easy. And then he gets Fournette, who I think is about as stable as it gets as an RB1. You know exactly what you're getting. And then he still gets his first round pick. So he's going to end up getting whatever's left from Hopkins, Julio, Michael Thomas, AJ Green. He'll be able to pick a wide receiver that he wants. And then he could have, two wide receivers. I'm sorry. He could have 1 wide receiver that, could be in the top 5. So yeah, Andy, number 1.
All right, so my 1, I got Phil. I'm known as Phil's mentor. He's my mentee. He's my boy. But like you said, Antonio Brown, Kamara, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like he had the stacked lineup.
It's not fair, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, he should have won last year. But I had this guy named Gurley. But his team was so stacked, and I think he had a hard decision to make. But I mean, he couldn't go wrong out of the 4 guys he had to choose from. So I'm like, my preseason one and what he can turn around, pick it up in the draft, he can have another stacked team. I think he's set up for a long time. Ryan, who's your one?
One's Phil.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, Kamara. You said it.
I don't blame you guys. I mean,
I think if you go consensus up there, who we think is one of the top team coming back into the season, it is Phil. And I know that he is loved and hated by split majority.
Yeah, but the Patriots are always at the top, no matter how much you hate them.
Yeah, so. Phil is the Patriots of our fantasy league. All right.
Also, Tim has a really nice beard.
Yeah, that's right. We got
like Tim. Out of all of us, I think his beard is like near the top, if not the top, as far as beard rankings.
How did we get to beard rankings here?
I feel like Tim and you. It's just a real battle. But I think yours is.
I shade mine down.
You put more thought into your beard, so I think my voice just cracked. Which brings me to my next point: that my beard is ranked probably number 10 in the league. Guys, it's just not there.
Yeah.
All right, so
the other thing we want to talk about was our best draft values. So I'm going to kick it to Chris here to start us off. So just basically picking the keepers. Who do you think's getting the best deal?
I think Mike Evans in the third round. I mean, he's literally a top tier wide receiver sleeper to me, and having him in the third going to David, I think that's a great keeper value there.
Yeah, that's crazy good.
Ryan, who do you have as your best draft value?
Kamara in the second. What the heck, Phil? What the heck?
Most people are taking them, fifth overall.
How is he even human? That's what I want to know. Is Kamara human? Because his numbers are crazy.
I mean, Kamara was a backup at Alabama that had to go to Tennessee and barely.
He went to community college for a year.
Like,
I don't know if he played in community college. He went to community college, and then he went back. He just was like, I'm going to take a year off and go to
all you TCCers, you can be Alvin Kamara if you just try hard enough.
Follow your dreams.
All right. So, Sean, who do you have as your best draft?
And then I had Gronk. I talked about it already, but it sets him up so well. Normally people would draft Gronk in the first round, but because of his age, I think they're just getting scared, and because he was possibly going to retire, he's going to be the same old Gronk, and he's going to get him in the third round. So that's just an amazing steal.
All right. So then we're talking about our best draft day memory. I'll kick it off here. My first draft coming with this place, into this league, it was amazing. I had a team where I kept Adrian Peterson, and so my first two picks, I picked Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon. And what made that fun is that led me to 2 title wins. But David Kalana, my boy, he looked at me and says, that is a risky move. Like, he just gave me those eyes like, I'm going to believe you, but are you kidding me? Everyone looking at me like, you have 3 running backs, and 2 of those are rookies.
You just felt
I was totally with David. I remember that draft and thinking, what is Chris doing?
Yeah, it's like
taking these rookies so high.
Why did we let this guy into the draft? Does he even know how to play fantasy? Is he even a kicker in the 4th? Like, people are looking at me like, is this guy a chump? But I was going for value, and I was like, I'm going to grab these guys before everyone else thought they would be available. And what's yours, Sean?
So mine, I'll try to make it a short story, but it was a really funny long story where me and Ryan were talking off season a bunch, and we had our value running backs, but we're like super secretive, not wanting to give away any of our.
Hey Sean, how's your drafting?
Yeah, so we talk a ton about all this stuff.
Texting at midnight.
There was these 2 running backs that we just kept like. I got this guy that I'm looking at in the 5th, and we kept getting closer and closer to telling each other who they were. And so it was draft.
It's like telling a guy who you like.
Yeah. That's like middle school. Who you like? I like to.
And it's possible you both like the same girl, and it's a little nerve-wracking.
So we got to draft day, and we were the middle school boys that just couldn't hold it in any longer. And so we wrote down on a piece of paper these 2 running backs, handed it to my little sister who was like, 12 years old at the time.
I forgot this. We went this far.
Oh, we did. So then we handed it to them and said, just look at it. If it's the same people, tell us. If it's not, don't tell us. They read them, and we picked the exact 2 same people. It was Chris Ivory and Doug Martin, these 2 guys that we thought were steals in the draft. So we made a handshake agreement. You get Ivory, I get Doug Martin, and then that's what we did in the draft. Wow. I don't know if anyone knew that, but that's what we did.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what was your best draft day memory?
Mine was drafting my dream team because I was like, everyone was like, you stupid. And I'm like, I'm not stupid. And then I beat them all.
That's when you had Andrew Luck and Gronk.
Gronk, Lynch, and Demaryius Thomas.
That was like the year you won that year. That was like the year before I came on.
Yeah. I haven't won
dominated.
since.
He had a Phil situation with 4 people he couldn't keep.
All right, so Sean, tell them about what to expect in episode 3.
Yeah, so episode 3, what we're looking at is we'll do kind of what we just did, but we're going to do post-draft rankings, kind of right before the season, after everybody drafts. This is something we do anyways, like as soon as the draft's over.
When do we draft?
We're drafting Monday. Yeah, everybody,
Monday night. What
Listen
time?
up, Monday.
What time?
Monday at 8 o'clock. So
Where
be
at?
at a computer or my house. You
Yes.
need to be there. Do not auto-draft.
Because
please.
this one time, this one dude auto-drafted and he beat us all, and our pride can't take that crap.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
next week what we'll do is we'll review that and just, go over who we think's going to win the league. So we'll just go from 10 to 1, trying to do that.
Awesome. Ryan, wrap it up, man.
Everybody, like and subscribe and kick thumbs up. Have a great week.
Wow.